Hello and welcome to another episode of Whiskey Angels, your cask strength chaos whiskey podcast, and this time we're coming from China! Hey. Welcome to Whiskey Angels. We are in Shanghai, in China, and I've decided, since I'm here anyway, to explore the wonderful world of whiskey, but from a Chinese context. So, how easy is whiskey to come by in China? What are the bars and the pub experiences like in China? And coming up, we have a special visit to one of the micro-distilleries that is in Shanghai. So please keep listening, all of that's to come. Okay, so I'm out on Nanjing Road, which is, if you like, the Regent Street of Shanghai. And it's a very busy street with lots and lots of people wandering around. And behind me is a shop that sells lots of whiskey. Well, a bit of whiskey. And it was quite useful for just getting an idea of how much whiskey goes for and what whiskies are really making it out here. This is very much a metropolis. It's very modern, it's very efficient, and everything is about as high-tech as it could possibly be. And what we're seeing there in the shop is you can get a bottle of Bruichladdich for about 40 quid, or a bottle of 12-year-old Glenlivet for roughly the same, as long as it actually is Bruichladdich and Glenlivet. I've got no reason to think that it isn't. It looks like quite a smart shop in quite a smart shopping area. Okay, so let's move on to bars and pubs. What can you get a hold of, and what sort of prices can you expect to pay? Well, the bars can be just normal bars that you'd get anywhere in the world, or they can be really quite swish and swanky. And at those sorts of places, you can wander in whatever attire you've got on. They don't really mind what you're wearing. They just want you in there. So a glass of Glenfiddich, for example, 12-year-old, would be about £5.50 or $7 for a single. And for something like a Bowmore 12-year-old, you might be paying £8.45 or $11.40. So that sort of region. So it's not ridiculous pricing at all. It's fairly standard compared with the Western world. And it certainly is a good experience. So well worth, if you fancy a whiskey, heading to one of the bars, and one of the speciality bars particularly. Okay, that's enough chat about whiskey. It's time to go and see some being distilled, and maybe have a dram or two. So we've come down to the Hai Seas Distillery, where I'm joined by co-founders Brian. Hi Brian, nice to meet you.
Hi Max, good to see you.
And Dan as well.
Yeah.
Nice to meet
Max,
you,
good
sir.
To see you too.
So please do take us on a wee tour of what's inside.
Easily done. Come on, follow me. I'll take you through the hobbit hole, if I can get it open. There we go.
Okay.
On the left you can see where we water our barrels.
Okay.
Soak them the first time. Come on through.
Come on through.
Cognac barrels right here.
Wow. Okay, so this is straight into where the still is.
So this is our big still. Not big compared to some of the folk out there, but we're pretty proud of it. It's a Chinese still made by a company called Hulu.
And it's boiling away in there.
Yeah, we're just making the last cuts on one of our whiskies.
I think we just need to start with the origin story. What led to the beginning of Hai Seas Distillery?
We met 5.5, 6, oh my gosh. 2019, is that 6 years ago? That was 6 years ago.
6 years ago.
And it's funny, when you first reached out to us, you mentioned that your son was in musical theater.
Yeah.
And we just met another son who's also in musical theater. And that's how Dan and I met.
Okay.
We are thespians. We have been in the theater for decades, and It is a shared passion. Dan just popped up out of the blue. And one of those nights after the show, as we're enjoying our drinks at the bar, he just pointed up at one of those bottles and said, "He can make whiskey." And I thought, no way, are you serious? Is that possible? You can make whiskey? Because it has always been one of my dreams to create a Chinese whiskey for the Chinese populace, to have something that we can be proud of.
So it's all very nice, compact setup. Oh, you hit the smell, you can smell it immediately. It's a smell you're used to in a bonded warehouse, isn't it?
Yeah, it's the lovely thing to open this up and just suddenly get a look at it and get that smell.
Wow, that is very cool. And what have you got here then? Talk us through just some of the barrels that we're seeing here then.
So these major ones you'll see here in the central aisle are what we call our San Oak barrels. So they're three-body barrels.
Yeah.
One of the initiatives, if you like, or new things that we're doing with making whiskey here in China is that we were really interested in creating a collaboration between woods, as opposed to moving your spirit from one barrel to another. We wanted to try and make a whiskey where French oak, American oak, and Chinese oak are all interacting with the spirit at the same time.
It's quite a big leap from going, I want to do a whiskey distillery, to actually opening up a distillery, because you obviously do gins and stuff as well. How did you go about that? Is it a hard thing to do in China?
It was sort of my background as a distiller, and I think that what that meant was that we just did a few proof of concepts. We worked on a smaller scale. We had some smaller stills that we used, and I was able to produce some gins and some young whiskies that Brian was interested in. And the new ideas, I suppose, that we brought to the whole distillery, some of them have obviously flourished really well, and so we've been able to grow and we continue to grow.
And the name Hai Seas then, what's the meaning of that?
Well, the Hai in Chinese actually means ocean or sea, so that's where Shanghai comes from. Shanghai means on top of the ocean, or ocean top. Okay. And then seas, well, just like high seas. So there's this connotation, at least in English, of the high seas being the age of exploration and pirates. And Shanghai has always been a destination that has attracted entrepreneurial spirits from all over the world over the past centuries. And that's why I came here 20 years ago. And a lot of our close friends are also entrepreneurs, people who've been attracted to the city as they want to be part of the gold rush, to go see what's China like, and to be here in the beginning of the century.
I always laughed a little bit at it because it's CCs, basically.
CCs,
CCs, it sounds right too.
And memorable.
High seas.
Well, and actually the Chinese character, the shi for the seas, is also, it's a play on words, because that is the same shi from the word shiwang, which means hope. So it's kind of like ocean hopes in Chinese.
And the actual logo itself, what sort of thinking there?
It's the dragon ship, or the treasure ship from Chinese history. 1,000 years ago, there were Chinese ships like these galleons that just sailed all throughout the South China Sea and collected treasure. So it's
relevant to the high seas.
Yeah, so we have a boat. We also are we love fantasy and science fiction. So I think there's that inspiration in there as well.
Yeah, I've still got the original sketch that I did of it. I think that mystical idea of dragons, the ability to go somewhere different, see something new. And we just love the simplicity of the connection to high seas. I mean,
and it's a very China symbol as well, the whole dragon as well.
Yeah, absolutely. So we're trying to fuse those ideas together, that kind of collaboration as opposed to competition, that connection as opposed to
Okay, let's go.
We're going to try some of these over here.
Over here?
Maybe the ex-bourbon barrel. And then we'll move our way down and try a few other things.
The 3-wood barrel. So explain that then.
So as I was learning to make whiskey and as I was investigating the whiskies that I liked, one of the things I kept running into was first iteration wood, the American style of putting spirit into a brand new charred barrel. If you only used American wood, then you were really getting a simple, delicious but straightforward flavour profile. What I decided and what I wanted to do was to start thinking about what happens if you include French wood into that flavour profile, and what happens if you include Chinese wood. So we are making here in China our own barrels, and those barrels are half French oak, half American oak, and the heads are Chinese oak. And so the idea behind that was to sort of less be sort of dipping, if you like, into different flavours and trying to create something that's happening really magically inside the barrel. Really chasing that kind of, that idea of doing something different and new. And so far those results seem to be proving to be, interesting.
So everything we're going to try today has won a gold medal in an international competition, San Francisco World Spirits Competition last year. And this is one of the gold medal winners. It's our 3-body barrel and then finished in ex-bourbon cask.
Right.
And
that smells lovely.
This is cask strength, obviously. My personal preference is actually always great to try it.
In the cask.
But one of the things that my sort of study and reading recently that I always felt that I liked whiskies closer to sort of 46 and slightly below.
Yeah.
And I've just been learning recently about the ethanol water matrix, which is when you put these two things together, water and ethanol, the highest viscosity that you'll get, so the thickness of the actual alcohol itself in the drink, is between 42 and 46%. So my take on that is that you tend to be able to access more of the whiskey.
Yeah.
People often talk about it opening the whiskey, but I just think what we're actually doing is making it stick to the bits of us that pick up those different things. So you're welcome to try it on this, and then I always try it with a little bit of water afterwards.
Yeah. Well, slange.
Slange.
Or what would you say?
In Chinese, you say ganbei. Ganbei means empty glass.
Yeah.
I also like da dan dao jiu, which means basically pour boldly in Chinese.
Okay, cool.
So it's definitely a bourbon style whiskey, but it does something different, I think, too. I think it's much smoother. You get lots of lovely honey. We've been finding a little bit of what I call marzipan. There's a little bit of nuttiness to it that comes through. Obviously, the caramels that you get out of the American oak.
And you can almost taste the barrel side of it as well, can't you? You get a real flavour for the barrel.
I think there's a richness to it as well that comes from the French oak.
Very, very nice.
Try a little bit of water.
Yeah, touch it with a bit of water. This is a thing where in the podcast it's like I really hope wish everybody could actually get to taste these sorts of whiskies, because I think going on a distillery tour is such a great thing to do, because you actually get to the heart of like the story of a place in the sense of the whiskey.
It's good to add that level of experience to it. I think it empowers the stories, and you get a different sense of the things. You really see where this is made and how it's made.
Yeah. Well, there's certainly the Three Oaks, San Oaks. It's very innovative. It's That's delicious. Absolutely brilliant. Lovely.
Cheers.
Yeah. One of the things that while I've been out here, because when you come to China, you don't really know what to expect, because you're only getting the main political news stories and the batting backwards and forwards politically,
which tends to be rubbish, to be honest.
Yeah, no, well, exactly. I mean, every media in every country is spinning their own politics, aren't they?
Yeah.
And the thing about when you hear it's such a high-tech modern society, there's obviously going to be disparities. With every society, there's disparities, but it's a very modern place to be. Has there been any challenges about setting up a microbrewery that you think just getting hold of barrels from different places, or is it all straightforward? Or
it's easy in some ways and difficult in some ways. So for example, Shanghai is a very commerce-friendly, business-focused city. Like if you just walk around or drive around, there's commerce is happening.
It's a busy, bustling place.
People are making money,
yes,
and they're chasing after their goals. That being said, applying for the license to open the distillery was very complicated.
Okay.
And, it would have been easier if we went to the farmland, countryside, in some other random province, because Shanghai, it wants to minimize risk, and so I think it definitely, we had to jump through a lot of hurdles, but we are licensed. We're the only whiskey and gin distillery based in Shanghai.
Brilliant. That's absolutely brilliant, isn't it? What a place to be based as well.
So let's see. Over here we have our Chinese oak, the 100% Mongolian oak cask.
Mongolian, right? Okay. So this is still San Oaks. So it's still Three Oak.
No, not in this particular one. We've been experimenting with the idea of just creating a whiskey that's 100% Chinese oak.
Right. Okay.
So this is Mongolica, Quercus mongolica.
Okay.
It is a distinct species from the Mizunara, but it does share similar characteristics.
Yeah, and it's basically, if you follow the family tree, the connection is just above. I think you straight away get the stronger nuttiness, that marzipan that's really coming, even in those small amounts of Chinese oak. You can really get it.
You see the color's a lot lighter compared to all of our
a lot lighter,
more like honey.
All right.
Yeah.
You should get some strong vanilla notes.
Again, this is barrel strength, so.
Yeah. That's lovely, isn't it?
And
I mean, that's the problem with my analysis of any whiskey tends to be, it's lovely, isn't it? It's like everybody's going for the different notes, and I'm going,
In fairness to you, though, that there are people who have got amazing skill at tracking down notes and different senses and smells, and I don't like to get too snobby about it, to be honest. If you like it, that's great.
Yeah.
Enjoy it. That's enough for me.
Yeah. So tell me, what's been your favourite whiskey that you've had come out, maybe between the two of you?
For me, it's pretty simple, and it's to do with the fact that we're a young distillery. I mean, I showed you and we tapped on the 8.8, and I remember really clearly Brian and I unplugging that for the first time and just having a little sip and just looking at each other and going, holy, this is good. Yeah. This is really good, and this is something that's not like anything else.
It's a bit like tasting ambrosia. That's what I would expect. It's like, oh my gosh, like we made this. Like this is, oh my.
That's a pretty exciting moment.
It's a pretty exciting
moment for two sort of hillbillies from our back of the US and Australia who are coming here to China to make some whiskey. Not meaning to degrade what we are, but we're this sort of young up and coming crew that are trying some different things, and for us to taste that whiskey for the first time, for me, that was super exciting. So whenever we get people here, what I started doing, because this literally is our very first barrel of whiskey, is I always like to sort of give it a bit of a tap and say hello, because
that's an important barrel.
Get in there and give it a hit. It's important to just say good morning.
Good morning. There we go. Oh yes, that one's going to be remembered for a long time, isn't it? That's going to get used in all kinds of places.
Yeah, I don't know what.
100 years time, it'll be a thing. Everybody will be worn shiny by everybody patting it.
That lovely patina from 1,000 hands. Yeah, it'd be nice if that's true. We're slowly drinking away the first.
Yeah. Well, that's the problem. You need to you've got a bottle of it somewhere that's going to sit on a shelf somewhere.
There's a couple sitting in my house.
Yeah. Wow, that's honey. Look at that colour.
But the darkness.
That's caramel.
You can see the difference between that one and the last quite clearly.
So this is the one that you kind of woke up and went, we've done this. We've got this in the can. This is happening now.
I think less have got this in the can, but just a sort of a recognition that the new ideas that we were bringing to bear were going to make something different and going to be something.
Yeah.
So that's a really lovely place to sort of get to when you're taking risks and trying new things.
Yeah. Slange. Listen guys, thank you so much for having me here today. It's been absolutely fascinating, and hopefully we'll see Hai Seas on the shelves in our local in the years to come, because that'd just be absolutely amazing. And hats off to you. Getting it started up and getting it running is such a huge achievement, isn't it? Yeah.
Thanks very much.
Not at
Thank
all.
you for having us. We're excited to show you around.
Yeah, brilliant. A huge thank you for tuning in to this episode of Whisky Angels. Please do follow along and subscribe. A big thank you to the guys at the Hai Seas Distillery for looking after us so much, and hopefully that's given everybody a bit of an insight into whisky in China. That's it for the time being. Take care.